Hi book besties, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Maya. This is the start of a very special reading vlog. Very special because we are going to be participating, you and I together, in Escape the Readathon hosted by Lexi from Books with Lexi here on YouTube, and I joined Realmathon a couple months ago in March and I had such a great time, and this is yet another competitive team-based readathon, and this one, you guys, I don't know where she got this idea, but this is amazing. This is like escape the room style, but like only one actually leaves alive. So like one team actually leaves alive, the rest are just kind of screwed and on this boat of chaos and murder. So yeah, we're trying to win this time. And I actually got the answer to who won for Realmathon, and Ravens came in second, unfortunately. Stingers got first, and I literally thought to myself, and how delusional I am, I was like, oh my word, what if all of the points for Fourth Wing went to attacking Stingers? Would we be that close? She gave us the points of each team as well, so I didn't really look into that. I should probably look into that and see if that indeed were the case. I'm not delusional enough to think that one book might have changed the game, but also every book changes the game. For the sake of my own sanity, I'm not gonna do that, but like that was the first thought and I was like, I should have attacked Stingers. It's okay. Now I have another reason to be ready, to be prepared, to have that fighting competitive spirit that is obviously not like, it's not like, what am I gonna say? Like, it's not destructive, it's not harmful, it's not whatever, it's just a fun competitive thing that's going on here. So we are starting this week, and I have some strategy going into this, okay? But I can't say the strategy because I don't want other teams to accidentally see this video and then know what the strategy do be. I have a few books that I would like to start this reading vlog off with. They may change according to prompts and everything, but I think I'll be okay because inevitably I just read one book anyway, and then we'll move on and then move on and move on and move on, so that may be a thing. I'm just hoping that whatever I give to you guys here today is gonna be like able to be used for the other submissions for game rooms and stuff. I'm kind of hopeful here. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. You guys saw my May reading plans video. I got nothing. Like, I have ideas for videos, like specific videos outside of regular content things, but I don't have like any set plan here. Like, we have a strategy as a team, but I have zero strategy in just my regular life. That is quite a read on me as a person, actually. Anyway, let me show you guys the books that I would like to pick up for this week, that I am most excited to pick up, or that I think I should pick up just to keep me alive throughout this readathon and just like continuously in books. You'll see what I mean in a second. So first things first, I would like to read Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti because I would like to finish my character. That's plain and simple. That is a selfish strategy for my own personal like content strategy, and then it just so happens to help with our team strategy. So this is one of our options. The other option, well, the other two options that are chunkier books are Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, because this will start the novice path, so it'll start that vlog. But also I would like to read this duology because apparently this is the year of series, and I am very excited for that and to actually say that I am finishing out a series, because I started yet another series in the last readathon, and that was the Size series by Neil Shusterman. Now listen, I read all three of these, but there was apparently a fourth book that was made, and for some reason I can't for the life of me find it. But once I do find it, I will be reading that. So I wanted to read all of the others, and then I wanted to read that just to remind me of the world that I was getting into, you know? So there's that. And then the last bigger book option is going to be Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Literally, I can just flat out, I'm going to tell you something, zero strategy for anything or any reason. I just want to freaking read this book. Like, it has to be read right away because I am hearing all of the things about it. And from what I am hearing, based off of what people are saying, I'm gonna freaking love this. Yeah, your girl is ready for this. Absolutely. For palette cleansers, if you will, I am playing it smart. I do have some manga, so I would like to read Heartstoppers volume 1 through 3. I only have the 1, the 2 and 3 are in the car, so I can't hold them up as props, but I would like to start Heartstopper volume 1 at some point throughout. I think it's going to be a good palette cleanser. I think it's going to be good to start the series. I think it's going to be good to finally get through so that I can watch the show and see how they hold up against each other, because I'm just like that. And I am so excited to read this book. But this one actually does have strategy, believe it or not. Actually, you know what? I could hold up all the books and tell you which ones have strategy, and you guys can determine what strategy I am trying to go for here and see if it was accurate throughout the vlog, okay? So strategy, zero strategy. Could be considered a strategy, but honestly, it was just like that it was strategy, so zero strategy. Total strategy. Here's our little mini TBR. We'll see what we can accomplish, for sure. I mean, I also have volumes 2 and 3. That's part of the TBR, but like, am I really gonna get to that this week? Probably not. I am doing this as a weekly vlog type of situation, so this first week is literally just today, Thursday, the 1st, through Saturday, I think. Saturday or Sunday, do I want? How did I do this last time? Yeah, because I did it Thursday through Saturday, and then I did Sunday through Saturday, and then I kept doing that because I am uploading Wednesday, Saturday videos. Okay, I just talked myself through it. That's what's happening. All right, I gotta go. I need coffee, and I have to work. So we're just having a great day all around. You know, we're surviving. We may not be thriving, but we're surviving. We'll get to the thriving eventually. We'll get to the thriving when we start reading one of these books. Oh, okay, I love that for us. Alrighty, good vibes, good turnaround there. I'm gonna shut up. I'll see you guys when I read something. I am so excited to be coming to you guys with a reading update. I did not know if I was actually going to start reading today, to be honest, because there were a fair few things that I wanted to prioritize and to get done, but then I remembered, no, I want to prioritize this, so I did. I got a fair bit of the way through Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, and this is yet another surprisingly fast-paced read for me. And I say surprisingly because I do tend to take my time with books. I think I know the reason why this is so fast-paced, why Fourth Wing was fast-paced, and why The Cruel Prince is fast-paced. But I might share my thoughts on all of those books in another video because I think it has something to do with something I have noticed and leading on to a further rabbit trail, and that's just not the point of this video. This just puts us right into the thick of it from the start. Like, our literal first scene is one of the sisters trying to break and enter into a place that used to be their old home but now is not, and there are some hintings at various things about the past of the two sisters and how they were treated, how they grew up. I am quite curious to get the full background and the full story because there are bits and pieces, yes, and they kind of paint a disjointed picture, but a picture nonetheless. So it's intriguing enough of a disjointed picture, though, to keep me invested in their backstory. We have already gotten to the Zodiac Academy, which is very interesting. And it seems like we are already having the setup of the world of the bullies, of the two sisters who literally don't know what's happening in life, and I kind of like it. There was this one particular part, I do have to make mention of this fact, where the girl that we are reading from, Darcy, she says something along the lines of like, but I'm not like other girls. And immediately I had such an eye roll and I was just like, oh no, it's gonna be one of these. Because I don't care for like, I'm not like other girls, because y'all, what does that even mean? Of course you're not. We're all individual, but we also have very similar traits to each other to make a stereotype. So I don't know, like, there's enough basic things that we all have that we are all very similar, and enough differences to make us all extremely unique. It's like, no, we are not exactly like each other, but I think we are more alike than we think we are. Oh my goodness. And half the time, anyone who says, I'm not like other girls in this way, literally either is that way, okay, or is like so hateful and spiteful because they wish they were. I'm talking just characters, okay? Oh my goodness. How wide did my eyes get after I said all of that? My stars. I'm talking about characters, okay? I'm talking about female main characters. And I need to know what this is marketed towards. I feel like I know nothing about the books that I go into anymore nowadays. Like, one story happens to be adult, another happens to be YA, and I still have mixed up, like, ideas of both of them. It's just insane. Okay. I have to know how this is marketed for a different reason, because I feel like there is a pattern for this, and I also need to look up what A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik was marketed as and what age group it was marketed towards, because now I am building a theory and I need to see if my theory is correct. Honestly, I'm having a great time. Like, I don't know, like, I am invested. Like, I was so mad every single time I got another task, and I was like, I need to know what is going to happen, not because I don't know, but because I do know, and I want to see it play out. Like, I want to see their reactions play out in the way that I know it's going to. And I will say, okay, just as a forewarning shot over the bow, if you are not the type of person who wants their hand held in writing in certain capacities, you probably won't like the writing style of this book. One of my fellow coworkers, who is also a reader, kind of said it best, that there are simplistic writings, and I think it's like, that's on the generous, like, positive way to say, like, the author probably holds your hand more than necessary and just spoon feeds you all of the information. Sometimes I am okay with that in a book. Other times I am not. I think it also has to do with other elements that are in there that keeps me intrigued, that keep me invested, that keep me wanting to go back for more. And typically it boils down to, is there a plot and are the characters worth it? And I would equate, so far, this and Fourth Wing kind of together, in that there is a little bit more simplicity of the writing style, but there is plot, there is thought of the world. The authors seem to have been, well, at least in Fourth Wing, the author was with those characters. Like, they sat down with the characters, they sat down in the world. In this one, it's kind of giving that same vibe. And there's plot, there's something to get to and to look forward to, and even though you kind of come to your conclusions a little quicker than in probably some other reads, being right doesn't negate the positive experience. Like, you just want to keep going, you want to get there, you want to find out what happens, how it happens, and then keep going because you're invested in the characters. So characterization is a huge thing for me. World building and plot building is a huge thing for me. I won't even say world building, more plot building is a huge thing for me. It's definitely a faster read, but also, like, look at what I'm working with. Like, bigger font, beautiful large margins, like, so it's conducive to a readathon for sure. This is about 502 pages, I believe. I say about and know the exact number. And I'm on page 64 thus far. I am going to be counting the pages for this particular reading vlog because it's going to span over 72 hours, this reading vlog specifically. So this is spanning over 72 hours. How many pages am I able to read within these 72 hours? That is the question that we are going to be answering, that I just thought of right now, and we're doing pretty well. We're chugging along quite well. I am also, it's not here with me, I'm going to be picking up Heartstopper as well, just because I would like to have a couple of books going at the same time, just in case, you know, just in case. I feel like my mind is ready to have multiple different worlds and to be invested in both, and I think it's going to help me get through both books quicker. I'm gonna see if I think I am being taken out of the stories of either one. I'll just finish off one and then go to the other, but I think I could do both at the same time. Well, not at the same time. I can start both of them without finishing one or the other, because like the concept of reading 2 books at a time, you're technically not. You're just reading one and then another and then going back to the other one and going back and forth until you finish both. Technicalities. I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to head into work, and I will talk to you guys when I next have an update, which is probably going to be tomorrow at some point. So, see y'all tomorrow. I'm tired. I literally went to bed at like midnight, woke up at 6, started making content, edited some of those videos, immediately left the house, started my day with Cassidy's live stream for the readathon, for Escape the Readathon, and then just kind of like blacked out the entire rest of the day for work. And then at some point I just became just so tired and so done with life, and then I remembered I have a TBR video that needs to go up tomorrow. I mean, it doesn't have to. My channel, my rules. But I would like for it to have some sort of consistency here. Okay? So that's fun. But it's lunch currently, so I am just gonna like give my poor brain and body a rest. I'm gonna eat lunch. Gonna at least rest my body, if not my eyes. I don't think that's gonna happen, the eye part. So that's gonna be fun. And try and figure out how I'm gonna navigate the evening. I'm more than likely just gonna edit as much as possible tonight, and then when I leave work, like literally, I'm just gonna allow myself to shut down. Well, I'm gonna drive safely to my place, and then I'm gonna shut down. And I'm not even gonna care about pages read today. I'm not gonna care about anything else. Like, I put in the work for the content. It's all fine. The content is posted. I updated you guys. I was in the trenches with the live streams and stuff and interacting, so I think I can give myself a break and give myself a rest. And also too, I feel like I've been getting a little sick recently, and I don't know if it's like allergy sick or like real sick, because like allergy sick I can just I can take it. I've done it my whole life. But like sick might actually be a problem, and that may be something I need to take care of. So we're gonna figure that out, but I just thought I would update with life stuff because there is nothing to report on book stuff, even though this is purely for reading purposes. But you know what? Again, my channel, my rules. My vlog, my rules, you know? Yeah. So anyways, that's the update. See you guys maybe tomorrow with a better outcome of the day. All right, bye. Hi guys, good morning. I came to you guys yesterday in just a interesting mood. I was tired. I was physically not feeling okay, but it got better. Life did get better. After I spoke with you guys and after I ate, which did help, I then went back to work, and during that time, like, we are able to listen to whatever in our headphones as we're doing our tasks. And then most of the time when I come back from lunch, there's usually just like an hour of like busyness and then nothing, literally nothing. So I had the entire evening. I finished a video that I wanted to finish and got the thumbnail together and still had an hour to do stuff. And in between that time, I was on Ashley Hart's Readings live stream. There we go. I was on there for hours. Like I was on Cassidy's live stream first for the readathon because she is one of the hosts. Unfortunately, an enemy host, but we still love her. So we went and supported her. And then I went to Ashley Hart's Readings live stream, and y'all, the bookish community is just the best. We were all talking and having fun and talking books and stuff. And then it just suddenly became a subfest. This entire video went from a reading vlog to just a heart fest of the bookish community because not much reading has been done. I am literally still only 64 pages into the Zodiac Academy, and I do have thoughts. I will talk to you guys about them. I think, did I already talk to you guys about what happened? Yes, I did. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm losing all my marbles. I literally have only read this, haven't even started anything else, not even the graphic novels that I said I would use if like stuff got overwhelming. But yesterday, I was just having so much fun talking to people, editing my video, doing other things that I needed to do and get done because I did have other things to do too. And quite frankly, you guys, I have been running myself ragged because I have finally found a side hustle in content, like a true side hustle, monetarily paying side hustle of content creation. And so I am investing so much in that because one, I love it. Two, it is giving me extra funds to be able to do more stuff, and the more that I can just like have as like extra content money, the more I can do things like outside of just like what I have been doing. Like I've been budgeting in for the hauls and stuff, but I would really love to, I don't know, do some cafe hopping vlogs and stuff. And I would like to go out more and try more things in terms of like local stuff, not just cafes or bookstores, but like other things as well. Like I feel like I would love to go to, you know, As You Wish and do a thing there. I feel like I would love to maybe find somewhere local to take an art class or something, not as like you need to get another talent or another skill, but just as something fun. Because when I was younger, I used to draw and paint all the time. I used to have a art instructor as well. There was a particular art gallery that I was a part of. My dad's an artist. My mom's a baker. Like I would love to go and do baking things. I love baking. Like I love eating. Hello. But I love cooking and baking. I love doing that type of thing. So to be able to add more skills to that, maybe even like I have a hair stylist friend. Well, she does the whole package for everything, but I get my hair done mostly. And I would love to be able to learn how to do stuff with this hair. Like she made it look great. Now let's do something with it, right? So I would love to maybe do that, take one of her classes. She also has classes for makeup and stuff. And I don't do that a lot, and I wouldn't do that a lot. But I would like to, when I feel like I want to, be able to do that. Now that would cost more money for the makeup, hence the side hustle of like saving up money for those types of things. But you know what I mean? Like little life experiences along the way. And this wouldn't be like an everyday thing. It is like a, oh, let's go out and do a solo date type of thing. Like once every other week or once a month. Like it would have to start out as once a month because budget. But you know, you gradually build up to that. And to be able to take you guys along for those experiences as well. Not all the time, because there are days where I just need to be off cam, but like, you know, some days, like, yeah, I'll take you guys along. I mean, you guys paid for the entire experience anyway, so you might as well be a part of it, right? And that's just something that I've been doing. So I have been doing some content for that. I have really just like put in the work for posting consistently on a daily basis, multiple times a day, and then also creating quality backlog as well. Like I try and do quality for each one, and then I edit for each one, and then I freaking look over all of the different assets and stuff with the videos on top of that. So I am out here going to bed at friggin' 12, 1 a.m., waking up at 6 and just starting to work and do things. And, you know, I am definitely getting more sleep in terms of like the second my face hits the pillow, I'm out, which is nice. I actually kind of like that because even though like I'm like, oh, it's only been 5 hours or less. Usually it's less. Anywhere between 3 and 4 is my usual average. So it is just like, I need sleep. But also when I am in the zone, when I am doing my thing, like it is fulfilling always. So even though there are moments where I'm just like, I am so tired. Like yesterday, I'm gonna keep that clip in. I was tired, okay? I was so stinking tired. But I still feel fulfilled in everything that's going on and what is happening, and I'm loving the direction that this is going. I am quite fearful about putting on school into the mix because it's like, what are you doing? Why are you trying this? What is happening? Like my body sometimes spasms out when I think about it too much, and I'm just like, ooh, okay, physical reaction. Love that for me. But we'll get there when we get there, and we'll maneuver things around for sure, and I will have had a better balance. But it does help that, you know, I am putting in the work now to be able to get the backlog for that, putting in the work to find a good balance for my content here on YouTube as well, doing that. And also it really helps that the thing that I am doing here on YouTube is a thing that I enjoy doing, because it's giving me an excuse to just relax, breathe, and read. Girlfriend, and I can claim it as work because it is. But it's not in my head. So it's great. I'm having a fun time over here. It truly is. It's been such a fun time over here, and to be able to kind of share that aspect with you guys is something that I think I want to bring you guys in on, even though it's not bookish. That's kind of what's going on behind the scenes, and that's something that you guys are going to be seeing over this month. So I figure I might as well just let you guys in on all of that, because whew, this month may be a ride, and we'll see where it takes us by the end. But anyway, that being said, I have not read a single page yesterday, but our 72 hours of reading and finding out how many pages we can read in 72 hours is not over. We still have the rest of today. And I woke up to a message in Discord from Lexi to our team that, yeah, we opened a game. That's right. It's only 2 days in, and we have already opened a door for games. So this is going to take a back seat for now, because of the type of game that it is. I am going to be reading manga a lot today. I'm going to read Heartstopper Volume 1 for sure. I'm going to start on Heartstopper Volume 2, and I may read a little bit more than this. I mean, this is so fast paced. Like, I'm actually shook. This is so fast paced. But I'm not going to have this as a priority. And like, I'm looking at my other stack of books over here, and I'm trying to think, like, is there anything that I think would read faster? Because, I mean, I said this is an option for this week. This is an option. I mean, like, all of them are options for this week. Let's be real. But do I have anything? I think we should pick this up. I think we should. I love that this is a collector's edition, man. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. This is the Tarot Cafe book 2 by Sang-soon Park. The first one I did find. I'm so glad I found it. I did find it. It's in my closet. The first one, beautiful. I was about to get the other book that looked just like it because I knew I wanted to get the series, but then I saw this and I was like, oh, I now have an excuse to buy the cuter version. The hesitation was real. I'm just like, how? How is that gonna sound coming out of my mouth? Because quite frankly, just the artistry of this author is undeniable because they are the ones that have done the art and the story. Chef's kiss, or the way that Stray Kids does it. Slap you across the face with a kiss. It's great. They are literally the only people that could pull off aggressive love and have it just be like so pure. I heard what I said. I have no idea. I need coffee and a nap, but since I can't get a nap, I just woke up. I'm gonna get coffee. I'm gonna head to work. We're gonna collect myself here, and then we're gonna find something to read. Also, I have realized there's gonna be sprints every day this week. So, for this first week. And I think there might be sprints like just every single day for this month. But I know for sure there's gonna be sprints today, which is great news for me. I just need to figure out the ideology, the strategy that I need. I'm gonna bring this. I'll bring this as well. Heartstoppers volumes 1 through 3 are already in my car. And yeah, we'll read as much manga as we can. Today is gonna be a manga day for sure. And unless my team just like is killing it and reads all of the things before I can even finish a manga, which, you guys, sadly, that may be the case. In my defense, I am at work and I need to be there. Like, I'm not there to steal from them in any way. Like, we're working first and foremost, but there is a lot of downtime. And so I need companionship in books. Okay, all right, okay. Also, I'm noticing that a lot of my updates are actually just the regular video setup, and I really love the way that it looks. That's just, anyway, that's a side thing. Yeah, alrighty fam, time to do the things. I'll bring you guys along, and maybe I'll actually give you guys like some footage that isn't just me sitting and talking, like montage. Maybe I'll give you guys that today. We'll see. Let's go to work. We are up close and personal because I am actually heading out to get me an energy drink. Now, I am currently on my lunch break. I have about 30 minutes and I tend to blab, so I could catch you guys up on my book and my reading progress and all of the things and completely not be able to eat lunch. Or, oh, this person behind me is gonna be so mad at my speed. My goodness. Should I let them get around me? Like, I don't even know how I could do that in this scenario. I feel so bad as they continue to follow me. Anyways, I'm gonna try and go the longer route. But anyways, I could just catch you guys up to speed on the books and not eat, or I can eat and catch you guys up on the books later and just let you know the busyness of life as it stands currently. Oh my gosh, they are still tailing me. Okay, cool. Great, amazing, fantastic. I was trying to get out of your way, sir or ma'am. Try to be a good person, I swear. Anyways, okay, hopefully with the roundabout coming up, they'll just like get around me because, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going any faster because I am talking to a camera. I'm not looking at a camera, but I'm talking to a camera, and the car mount is a little shaky. Okay, I do be trying to get better angles for y'all. They're turning too. I'm gonna try and go as slow as possible. Praise the Lord for 2 lanes so that they can get around me. Oh, thank everything. Alrighty. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and get me my energy drink and kind of update you guys that yes, today is busy. No, I didn't really have any time to eat prior to this, so this is where I need to eat and maybe even, dare I say it, try and rest my eyes for even all of 5 minutes just to like get me to have some form of sleep today, because I just recognized that I needed to put together a video. Like, I have all of the pieces together, I just need to put them together because I edited them separately because there was just so much in my phone, and it was like, I was doing a lot of projects in between as well, so you know, had to do what you had to do for the storage on a phone. So I need to just put them together and upload that video for my lifestyle channel, and that video is going up on Sunday. Today is Saturday, so I need to get it done by this evening so that I am not worried about it tomorrow and I could just have a day off, because I like to keep Sundays as days off, although now that I am on Flip, I do more content on the daily, so we shall see what happens there. But yeah, that is what I'm doing, and I will catch you guys up on everything that has happened, because there has been sprints, there has been chatting, there has been reading, and I finished a book. So we'll talk about that later. I would like a purple galaxy, I believe it's called, energy fuel.
Yeah, what size?
I'll do a large.
Ice or frozen?
Ice, please.
What is purple galaxy? What else are you today?
If I could also get an iced water.
Anything else?
That'll be it. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you at the window.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, guys. So, long time no see. Last we spoke, I had a video that I needed to push, just like all of the footage pushed together and then schedule it. I did that. What I did not do, however, was read, which is kind of the biggest thing that I'm trying to do. But I did read earlier within the day, and I officially completed Heartstopper Volume 1 and got a few double-digit pages into the Zodiac Academy. I actually don't know how many pages I read, but I was on page 64 on Thursday, read nothing Friday, and then read at least 40 pages of Zodiac Academy, read all of Heartstopper Volume 1, and I submitted this book. Unlike Realmathon, I am unable to screen record because then it would just show what our strategy is and thus defeat the whole purpose of being undercover and secretive and just trying to be strategic about what we are doing. So I'm not going to divulge my team's strategy. However, if you guys are in the readathon and you guys are seeing the prompts and everything, you guys can guess which book is for which and what is for what, and I will let you guys know at the wrap up what all was for what and what I used for what and in what scenario. Because there are multiple different game rooms, and then there are options within those game rooms once those doors are unlocked. Oh, I can't give you guys that, but what I can give you guys is my rating. 5-star. I loved it. It was a great reread. I am so glad that I reread this because there were so many elements in here that I read but I didn't read, you know? Like, my first experience with this book was honestly average, just because it was the first time I was getting into manga and graphic novels, and my eyes just wanted to read a story. It didn't want to really take the time to notice all of the details, all of the whatever in the pictures, but you kind of have to have that detail in order to have a better time with the story, a better understanding, and for it to pull you more in. And also, I think back then, you know, I was more for other types of literature than I would venture to say like contemporary romance, because this is very much like that, where it gives you like slice of life, day by day. I didn't want that. I wanted high action, high fantasy, get me out of this world, put me in another one. Coach, I'm ready to play for a different fantasy world. So I was not really probably in the right headspace when I first read this, but I read this because it was so popular. And it was first coming out at that time. And now it's so popular and it has its resurgence because there is a Netflix series, I believe. I think it's Netflix. There's a TV series. But I really liked rereading this book and seeing everything that I missed. Like, there were elements in here that I guess, like, I didn't register how deep it got into, like, some very interesting themes. Consent and everything that could go along with that. Homophobia and everything that could go along with that. Discovering identities and newfound feelings. And then just like the high school experience, like all of this, by the way, is wrapped up in a high school experience. So these kids are just going through it just in general, because you just go through it in general in high school, and then adding on to those bigger themes. And really, like, exploring that and talking about that. And I love that our main characters, while one knows where they stand, the other is unsure. But in their uncertainty, and I really like this, he's not a jerk. Because I watched Eyewitness. Well, okay, I didn't watch Eyewitness. I watched a certain storyline within Eyewitness without actually watching the TV show. Don't ask me how I did that. Even I don't know. YouTube clips, I think, probably. And I was watching a storyline develop, and I thought it was really, really cute. And then I, like, really, like, took a step back and gauged what the plot and the premise was, and I was like, you actual jerk. In all seriousness, like, I know that there was, like, a laugh of me, like, calling a fictional character a jerk, but that's what that was for. But the actual, like, premise of the story was that, like, the love interest was not only internally homophobic, but also was going through it in himself and still was, like, treating his love interest wrong, and the love interest was just taking it. And I don't like that. I don't like that in any storyline, which is why I am so hesitant about Zodiac Academy, which just what a segue, because I'm reading both books at the same time. I don't think I like seeing that type of relationship amongst the two love interests, because it kind of gives way to other conversations as well, and other toxic elements that I think we should talk about a little bit more. In our minds, we know, okay, this is just like beautiful people just acting out a story. It's not real. It's not real in the show, for sure. That's not how they treat each other, but in real life, or their partners, I don't think. I would hope not. I don't think they do. But, like, these scenarios can be real. And unfortunately, sometimes they are. And I don't know, I just don't like it. Zodiac Academy is going to be interesting because I hear it's a bully romance. Bullying for the sake of getting attention, like, okay, and there's different levels of this where it's just like, in some ways, I feel like I can stomach a little better. But, like, the way that this show was showing certain bully elements, I was not okay with. The bully elements in here, I was not okay with. If the main love interest was that one that was initiating the acts to the other love interest as well, no. Hard pass. I'm done. Like, throw away the series. Okay, just making sure the book is fine. So I liked that he was not the one that was initiating any of that. In fact, he stopped certain things, which made him able to work through his feelings even deeper. So I appreciated that. I don't appreciate the element in general, that it even exists, that it's even a thing that does happen. But just like keeping to the story, I greatly enjoyed that it wasn't the love interest that initiated any of that. And I was very happy that, you know, in fact, he put a stop to it. And it was like, regardless of whether this person, I like them or not, I don't like seeing that to people. I'm not going to allow it to happen, and I love that. I love that in our character, in our main character. So, yeah. I definitely had a fun time with that book, and then we got to submit a book for a game, so that was fun as well. I got to contribute. We're finally reading things. So that is the reading experience thus far. For Zodiac Academy, do I have any prediction for star ratings? About a 3. Because again, the bully romance aspect, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. Also, there was a certain thing that was written that made me immediately, and I already said this, but it just made me like, oh no. Not this again! I thought I left this behind in my teenage years. I mean, I appreciated it as a teenager because same, but now I'm grown. Like, I feel like we should be grown here. But then again, I have to remember who this is marketed for. I actually need to check into that for who it's marketed for, because now I'm on this like mission to see what books are marketed for what, and would it be better to be marketed up, or is it good to be marketed where it is? I'm kind of on that trend right now because I read The Cruel Prince by Holly Black and I had thoughts. And if you guys want to hear those thoughts, you guys can go to my wrap up for the month of April. We're in May. Okay. Time, Maya. It does exist. So that is where we're at. But thank you guys so much for spending these 72 hours with me, these first 72 hours of this month and of this readathon. I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed the chaos that was this video. I will be linking the original readathon video. I will also be linking my team leads because I always do that, and anyone else that I can find from the initial video as well. And they're all linked in the original announcement video, so definitely go there, watch the video, give Lexi a like, subscribe, and also, you know, turn on your notifications so that you can always watch her content. She has amazing content and she made this amazing readathon. And also go subscribe to all of the people who are hosting this readathon and are a part of it, because they do a good job. They have entertaining content as well, and it's been so much fun to participate with everybody. And yeah, that is all I have. I'll also leave my socials linked in the description box down below as well. That is my lifestyle channel, this channel, my Bookstagram, my regular Instagram, my TikTok that is becoming a book talk, and anything else that I am able to get and put there. I need to get a freaking link tree at this point. So I will leave as much as I can linked down below if you guys want to follow for any other types of content or more real-time content. I say that very, very, very sparingly. Like, it gets there when it gets there. Same with this channel, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for being the best bookish bestie that ever was, is, or ever will be. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video on Wednesday. Bye!